All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutation, and hope for elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. And what I want to get into this morning, dealing with how, we have to continue, to spiritually evolve. All right, we have to continue to spiritually evolve. Because at the end of the day, what we started, as babes in the truth, still babes, all right? And we constantly growing, within this ministry. We have to understand that we have to spiritually evolve because Yahweh Shema Shai, all right, is forming, a nation, all right, a royalty, beginning with the men, which will be the kings and the priests, all right, of the earth. Joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. And what's happening, we've started evolving into something great. When we first came into the ministry, to Lord will, if we endure, we be delivered. That whole process was a time for us to evolve. All right, everything has to evolve. Our faith, our discipline, our character. All these things have to evolve in the spirit, as we wait for Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. Now, I want to get this in Ecclesiastes 7 and 8. It says, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. You see? And what I want to harp on is better is the end of the thing than the beginning thereof. And why is the end better? Because there was a constant, continual growth from the beginning to the end. So the end product is going to be better than the beginning. And I want to get that word evolve, just from the Google. Just a quick, simple definition. When you go into the word evolve, it says to develop gradually, especially from a simple to a more complex form. You see that? Especially from a simple to a more complex form. So it's a gradually, all right, development, and before we came into the truth, we was all simple in our way of thinking, all right? We all had a simple way of thinking. As a man, we thought life, was based around FRN notes, fake money, paper money, all right, and ran through women. We glorified, all right, Jake that poisoned the neighborhood with drugs. That infested the neighborhood with drugs. We glorified Jake that killed other Jakes. You see? Women glorified, all right, hard attire. Women glorified having different niggas, doing different things for them, man. We were simple. We didn't know anything about family structure. We didn't know anything about the duties, man and woman, wife and husband, father and mother. We didn't know, all right? We didn't have a clear understanding on these things for the most part, Some more than others, but for the most part, we didn't have an understanding. We didn't know nothing about legacy. We didn't know nothing about rulership, resources, and, we were simple. But we've evolved, and that's why when you go to Proverbs 1, all right, Proverbs 1 and 3, it says to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. You see that? To give subtlety to the simple. That's what this thing is about. Us going for something simple. All right. developing into something great. All right, and it takes another, because it takes a certain level of faith to believe that we're Israelites. You know, man or woman, to believe that, you know, we're Israelites. To believe, you know, that the name of the Most High is Yahweh, the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. It takes a certain level of faith. But then we involve to what? Sacrificing. You know, brothers sacrificing, you know, their weekends to go to camp. You know, brothers sacrificing different job opportunities because it interferes, you know, with teaching. It takes another level of faith to do that. And then we have to level up now to the point where we're willing to be, you know, we're willing to be outcasts of this society. All right? We willing, you know, to be separated from families if need be. It takes another level of faith to do that. That's why we have to gradually evolve. Because the faith that it takes to, you know, get fired over not bending the knee to Baal, all right, is a whole nother level of faith than just believing that we're Israelites. You know? There's levels to these things, and that's why we have to constantly, you know, evolve, all right, in this ministry to gradually grow. Our faith has to gradually grow. Our understanding has to gradually grow. All right? For a woman, it's another level of faith, you know, let's say for a woman to believe that she's an Israelite, you know? And then it takes another level of faith and understanding for a woman to know the concept of nation building. You see? Because if you're not evolving, pretty soon you're going to be offended and you're going to have hang-ups in the spirit. You're going to stop growing and eventually you will wither away. You know, and we all subjugate to that. If we stop growing, well, the next phase is we wither away. That's why we got to constantly involve, you know, in the ministry, man. So let me get that in Philippians. Philippians chapter 1, verse 6. It says, being confident of this very thing, that he which hath begun a good work in you will perform it until the day of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Yeah, so there was a good work. There's a good work being performed in us, man. All right. There's a good work being performed. We're evolving, you know, to something great. And the thing is to keep evolving. Some brothers, you know, grow faster than others, grow different than other brothers. But the thing is continual growth. You know, some sisters, you know, evolve, all right, quicker, you know, than other sisters, different from other sisters. But the thing is continual growth. You know, continued spiritual growth, man. Until the day of Yahweh Shai, when we're going to be perfected, which means complete. All right. So Lord will, you brothers and you few sisters edified till the next time I say Shalom. Call me Yashala Bible DTA soon.